Hello everybody, Navy Vet 76 in the gunroom with my Spanish Mauser in 7.62 by 5.1. Originally this was a model 1916 Spanish Mauser in 7mm Mauser, and it was later converted, rebarreled to 7.62 by 5.1 and used by the Spanish Civil Guard. This rifle has been featured in a couple of previous videos. I had it out last weekend doing some test loads, and it was getting overpressure, so I had to pull those bullets, and the bullet I was using was this 150 grain pulled bullet. It's a full metal jacket bullet that was used by the military, and for one reason or another they were pulled and repackaged and surplused and sold to the commercial market. So what I had done was I had used and am using this H380 powder, which is a low pressure powder. And the start load in my handbook was 48 grains of powder. And the rated pressure in the handbook was well under the maximum pressure for this firearm. But this being a small ring Mauser, you don't really want to overpressure this gun. So after firing several loads at 48, several shots at 48 grains, I was getting a flattening of the primer, and the bolt was difficult to open, and I knew right then I needed to stop and reevaluate the load. So what I've done is I dropped the load by 2 grains. It is now at 46 grains of H380. And it's just a half a grain less than the load I'm using for the 160 grain pointed boat tail poly-tipped jacketed bullet. That's the 165 grain bullet, and it's using 45.5 grain. So it's a grain. It's actually a half a grain more than the load I'm using for that bullet. Now, that bullet showed a lot of promise. I'm talking about the, and I don't have them out. It's a poly-tipped bullet. I think I have one in here. A dummy bullet. That's this bullet right here. It's a poly-tipped 165 grain boat tail bullet. These were factory seconds I got from Midway USA, and they work really well, and I had no pressure signs. So I know I'm on the right track, just dropping it 2 grains. Hopefully that's enough, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'm also trying my GoPro for the first time with a remote camera, and hopefully that'll work out well for me. We'll see how it goes. Hello everybody, Navy Vet 76 out at the range again. I've been trying to get my GoPro to work, and it's not really, the microphone, I can't get it to work, so I'm back using my phone. And I have my Spanish Mauser out here again, and I'm going to adjust the canvas a little bit. And I have the front sight protector off. I changed the load from the last time from my previous video, so this is a follow-up. And right now I'm at 46 grains of H380 powder, and with the overall length the same at 2 inches, 854 thousandths, give or take a few thousandths. I'm using a 150 grain pulled surplus jacket, full metal jacket bullet. It's I think I said it's 150 grains. And I seem to be getting good results, but I've had overpressure at the original load, which the book said should be 48 grains. I had overpressure. So I'm back out here today to try again. I have the chronograph set up and see how it does this time and adjust for windage if everything works out. Okay, this thing was shooting right a little bit. I want to see for sure where we're at. The whole reason for taking the sight hood off, sight protector, was to adjust the front sight blade. I also want to see where we're at on the speed. So we're going to do that as well. A lot of people out here. Alright, 2,464 feet per second, and very little pressure sign. The bolt worked just fine. $24.16. I'm not seeing any serious signs of pressure. $23.84. Looking good so far. I painted the front sight and the rear sight white. I couldn't see them at all because the whole gun is black, and I couldn't see the front sight at all. $24.83. That's not really too bad. I want to look downrange and see what I actually have here. Okay, where's my camera? There it is. Well, I'm low and right, and the group doesn't look all that great. So I need to move the front sight to the right. And since I don't have that special tool, I use a piece of aluminum and move it. I probably moved it too much. But we'll see. I know it's shooting a little low. I'll bring that up. Is a replacement front sight blade I got probably from Midway or someplace. It's a tall front sight, and I could file it, but first thing I need to do is find a load that groups well. And then if I wanted to, I could adjust the front sight blade for that. But right now, I'm still ammo testing. Because the last time out, we had some pretty dangerous pressures. And that was 2560. This doesn't really want to load well. The follower on this gun is a modified thing from when it was 7mm. 2506. $24.93. $24.87. And my bag keeps moving back. And $24.59. All right. Yeah, the follower on this, the bullets that are on the right side, because they stagger down in the magazine. So no, the bullets on the left, they point too far to the right and they won't chamber. But the bullets on the right line up just right. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, I over-adjusted just a little bit. So I need to tap it back to the left just a tad. By gosh and by golly, when you're shooting this thing. $25, $24. At least just $25.41. $94.94. $24.54. All right. I'm going to save that group before they start. When they call a ceasefire, the flashing lights mess with the chronograph. I only got 10 shots left. Let's see if I moved it at all. Yeah, I moved it. And it grouped a little better. I will. Fire! Firing line 6. Alright, this was my first 5 shots. And then I adjusted for windage and elevation, and I got this. There's 3 here, maybe 2. I don't know. I need to set up a new target, but this was the 3rd. These 3 anyway are from the last group, and I clicked up the elevation 1 click. So yeah, that's okay. My point aim's down here. And then I was going for there, but I was aiming here. So, yeah. All right, I'll move over to this target, and then we'll see how it does. I only got 10 more shots. All right, we're gonna go to the target on the left and see if I have the windage right. Weather's starting to get cold here. I think we're at 50 degrees now, but in the shade it's cold. It's deer hunting season. And, okay, this magazine on this rifle, it was designed for 7mm Mauser. And it can be a little picky with 7.62 by 5.1. Ooh, that one surprised me. 24.33. We need a new follower, I think, on this gun. That last shot was probably a flyer, or the first shot. .24-11. .24-97. .24-94. All right, I've got to cheat and take a peek. See what damage we did. Yeah. That's not bad. I got one really high, and I got one in the bullseye, and then I got three really good ones. I don't know what to make of this load. It's still a little bit to the right, just a tad. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Well, it's just a tad to the right. I don't know if I should even mess with it. But I will. And then I'm going to drop the elevation back down. So those five were high. One in the bullseye, one flyer that was high. This is the last five I'm going to shoot. The other is the poly tip. Alright, so these will be low. .543. 2509. $24.95. $2,500. The bolt's a little sticky on that one. $24.40. All right. That's all 25 of them are loaded. And they are lower. Yeah, it's okay. So, take you down there at the break. We'll take a look. Alright, the first shots were right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. I lowered the elevation. And there we go. So, you know, that's not bad. That's not bad. I kind of like that. My windage is good. So, I'm happy with that. That's the 150 grain full metal jacket, pointed flat bottom surplus bullet. And I thought I would see after adjusting for the
all right, shooters, looks like we got everybody back to down range. Let's move forward, boys, and start shooting.
I thought I'd go back to the poly tips. These are a pointed boat tail jacketed bullet, and I'm using the H380 powder, but I've dropped it half a grain, so it's 45.5 grains of the H380 under a 165 grain bullet. And I was just going to shoot the 150 grainers today, but I'm curious to see what kind of effect messing with that front sight had on these bullets, if it affected windage at all. Okay. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can. So let's get that out of the way. There shouldn't be any change as far as speed from the last time I shot these, but I need to edit that. Actually, you know, I don't really care about speed because I know what it was from the last time out, but I can read it off to you here. Just wondering where these are going to shoot. 24, 30 something. I can't read it, but I can the chronograph here. I should be able to just read it. Home. All right. I wonder if I can clear all that. Clear. There we go. All right. Come on out of there. That's the thing with this magazine. I don't know what's going on here. Something's jammed up. It's jammed. There we go. $24.52. $24.16. And an error. $24.88. Not really getting a lot of pressure strain or anything with this car. They didn't the last time either. And funny, these work really well. These fit in with no problem versus the 150 grain full metal jacket bullets. Okay. I'm trying to find my target. There it is. Oh yeah. Yeah. It really really likes this bullet. It likes this boat tail. This is actually probably the bullet I should use with this. It's 165 grain jacketed poly tip boat tail that I got from Midway USA, and these were factory seconds. They were cheap and they worked just fine. I don't know what was wrong with them or why they were factory seconds, but they worked just fine. All right, let me wait for the break. I'll take you down there and show you. I don't think I need to do any more with that. And there's the poly tips at 50 yards. These old 7mm converted to 7.62 by 5.1 actually rebarreled. I think they shoot pretty well with the right load, and they really like that pointed poly tip boat tail, 165 grain, with using the H380 powder. That's a success.